Russia became first nation to recognize Taliban government in Afghanistan. Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we will talk about Russia and Russia and Afghanistan external affairs. So Afghanistan have a government of Taliban, but no one can and no countries can accept that government. Russia is the first nation who accept the government of Afghanistan, Taliban. Moscow calls it a new chapter in ties with Kabul. Taliban helps Taliban helps move as courageous. Russia has become the first nation country in the world to formally recognize the Taliban led government in Afghanistan. The decision was announced during a meeting in Kabul between Afghanistan's Foreign Minister Amir Khan Mutaki and Russian Ambassador Dmitry uh, Zernov on Thursday. Zernov officially conveyed Moscow's recognition of the Islamic Emirate of Afghanistan, the name used by the Taliban for the country. In response, Mutaki called it a courageous, means strong, sahasi भरा step and said it marked the start of a new phase of positive relations, mutual respect, and constructive engagement. Russia hopes for stronger cooperation. Russia Foreign Ministry issued a statement supporting the decision, saying that official recognition would boost productive bilateral cooperation between the two countries. Moscow believes there is a strong potential for joint work in sectors such as energy, transportation, agriculture, and infrastructure. Russia is ready to help Afghanistan fight terrorism and drug trafficking, the ministry added. Russia and Taliban share growing economic ties. Even before this formal recognition, Russia maintained a diplomatic presence in Kabul, one of the few countries not to close its embassy after the Taliban returned to power in August 2021. In 2022, Russia became the first country to sign an international trade deal with the Taliban, agreeing to supply Afghanistan with oil, gas, and wheat. More recently, in April, Most recently, in April 2025, Russia removed the Taliban from its list of terrorist organizations, paving the way for what it called a full-fledged partnership. President Vladimir Putin had earlier referred to the Taliban as an ally in the fight against terrorism, and Taliban leaders have been holding talks in Moscow since 2018. From bitter history to new partnership, Russia and Afghanistan share a complicated past. In 1979, the Soviet Union invaded Afghanistan and installed a pro-USSR government, sparking a 9-year conflict that led to the deaths of over 15,000 Soviet troops. The war ended with the Soviet withdrawal in 1989, leaving a legacy of mistrust and devastation. Despite that history, today's Russian government sees opportunity in building ties with the Taliban, especially as the West distances itself from Kabul. Taliban still faces global criticism because no one can and no countries accept his government. Will Russia extends a hand of friendship? Much of the world continues to condemn the Taliban for its harsh rule, particularly regarding the rights of women and girls. Since returning to power, the Taliban has banned women from secondary and higher education, restricted them from traveling without a male guardian, and enforced strict dress codes. Recent rules have been banned women from speaking outside their homes. The United Nations has called this system gender apartheid. This, yes, and we agree with this. Gender equality is a basic need, and documented instances of public punishments, including floggings and brutal attack on former officials. Sanctions and isolation remain. The Taliban government remain under strict international sanctions, with the United Nations freezing nearly 9 billion in Afghan assets in 2021. Although countries like China, Pakistan, the UAE, and Uzbekistan have appointed ambassadors to Kabul, they have stopped short of full recognition. Now Russia stands alone in talking that final step, formally recognizing Taliban rule in Afghanistan. Almost 4 years after the group returned to power. 4 years. Taliban took power in 2021. The Taliban captured Kabul and took full control in Afghanistan on August 15, 2021. Since then, no country, including the US and India, has officially recognized its government. The first country in the world, Russia, who accept and who support Taliban government. The Taliban has repeatedly urged the international community to grant recognition. In a recent interviews, acting Defense Minister Mullah Muhammad Yaqub Mujahid said the group has met all required conditions but claimed countries are withholding recognition due to pressure from the United States. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching my video. We will meet next video. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.